No, no, I meant like in the center, so the hands aren't touching it.
Don't worry about it. It's technical.
That's the intro. That's the intro, bro.
All right, we try it again. Try it again.
Take 2.
3, 2. Hello and welcome to Keep It Simple with
Bro.
I'm Raffo.
I'm bro.
Today, we're going to be answering the question that we've been getting spammed with every single time.
Hundreds of thousands of comments.
I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy the questions, but I feel like it'd be cooler if we get a little video actually showcasing how to do it yourself. So today, we're going into the age-old question. How do you actually use AI? What AI is used for what? What am I supposed to do?
How do I use it?
Factual. So let's get right into it. And we've got a great diagram for you. You got an image? What do you call that? Visual for you.
I'm a visual learner, so
I can't learn for shield unless you can
no,
see it.
no kind of learn.
Yeah. So we're gonna start recording. We're gonna check out this beautiful little graph here.
What do you mean we're not recording?
By far my favorite part of the episode. So starting with what everybody uses. Oh, actually, did you know that ChatGPT is now the 5th most visited website in the entire world?
Oh, I kind of want to know what the first 4 are.
It is Facebook, number 4.
It's crazy.
Number 3 is Instagram.
It's crazy.
Number 2 is YouTube. Number 1 is Google.
Oh.
Because for some reason,
Oh,
people
Google.
still use Google, but I believe Google isn't a foul one.
I think you're going to Aussie now, huh?
That's right, mate.
From England, you flew over
Because
there.
if you look into it, the roots of Google go into 84 billion uses
Back to America.
per month.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, or 94 billion uses, something like that. I
But
think
it's
it
like whenever anyone opens up a browser, it's Google.
Exactly. So I don't think Google counts. But the crazy thing is, the second highest one is YouTube, and both of those are owned by Google Alphabet. So funny stuff. But now that ChatGPT is the 5th most used website in the world, let's figure out how to use it.
Yeah.
So
How to use it optimally.
optimally. What are you using what for? Are you using a sledgehammer to put your nail into the wall?
Maybe. It would work great.
It would. There would definitely be a hole. But so the first thing that everyone's introduced with as soon as you log into ChatGPT, no matter what you're really looking to do, if you just start typing, you're going to be using ChatGPT 4.0.
Mm-hmm.
So this is their model that's good at everything, like everyday tasks. Like it can do video creation, it can do image generation, it can give you a table, it can give you an essay, it can look at your data and tell you what's going on. You know, it
Overall, it's just good at everything.
it's pretty good at everything.
Yeah.
It's a combination of multiple like different like branches and models.
But there's a better way if you want a specific thing to be
Exactly.
excellent in.
Now this is where we get into the details.
Mhm.
So let's say you need someone to check out your email, someone to proofread, make sure your grammar's correct. Because every time I feel like Microsoft corrects my grammar, it's just forcing me to say what I'm not trying to say.
Yeah.
ChatGPT looks at it, it's like, oh, I see the context.
It understands. I
Yeah.
understand it now.
I'm about to get out of the job, guys. But yeah, so ChatGPT 4.0, fantastic. It's good for pretty much anything you can do. It's good for brainstorming. It'll summarize the data, help you make creative content. You go into our next one.
Is there that's like the free one, right?
Free.
Yeah.
Unlimited uses.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna ask.
Till you die.
Okay. So not unlimited.
Legally speaking, no, I guess. ChatGPT 4.5 is our next one. Because it sounds like it's the exact same thing as 4. Just like a little bit better, right?
But that 0.5 makes a big
0.5.
difference.
It actually does. So the focus of ChatGPT 4.5 is for emotions and creativity. So remember the guy, Micah? Who did we talk to last time? Miles
Morales.
That's why he liked Spider-Man.
He did really like Spider-Man.
Oh,
And he was black. Or you sound black. I was just like Miles Morales.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now it's starting to click.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that because he went instantly to Spider-Man when we talked about movies.
I feel like he almost sounded like the voice actor of Miles
That would
Morales.
be crazy cool if they actually got the real voice actor to be like the main. I actually that's kind of stealing, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So ChatGPT 4.5, a similar idea to what Miles was. Miles had emotion. Miles read or Miles understood how we were talking, like our excitement, our like fear, our concern. That was kind of insane.
Yeah.
ChatGPT 4.5 has the same base goal. It's still like a research preview because it's still, as you saw in Miles, it's not perfect. They're still trying to get human understanding, like how we function and how we talk, like casually. So ChatGPT 4.5 is great for creative tasks, as you could see on right here. But this is the guy you want to go to if you have an idea and you want to brainstorm together. ChatGPT 4.5 is what I go to whenever I have no idea what the podcast episode is going to be about or how to start it. I'm like,
Please help me.
Yeah, I'm thinking of talking about this. Could you please guide us?
Yeah.
Um,
He holds your hand.
Sure. It's like how like people like if you want to figure out how should I dress for this event, you go to your mom or something.
Yeah.
It's like, Mom, what shirt should I wear? Oh, I'm wearing this black suit. What tie do I wear?
Yeah. So ChatGPT 4.5 is a replacement for your mom, guys.
It could be. ChatGPT 4.5.
Is there a new version that replaces you?
ChatGPT 4.5 is actually what people use for therapy, or have
Really?
been trying to use.
Oh,
for
because it
therapy.
understands emotion more.
Exactly. Yeah. So it gives you a more positive, more comforting response to. It's not as like straight to business.
Yeah.
Like I think you've seen like some memes online where people are like, "Why is ChatGPT giving me a whole life story before it answers my question of what 2 + 2 is?" And that's because they were trying to make it more creative and like friendly and more humane.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but that's not what I want when I'm trying to figure out what my code is.
Sometimes you want it to be robotic and just
Yeah.
give your answer and be done with it.
Exactly. So if you want someone to be friends with, someone to help you develop ideas, someone to maybe like start a spark. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you go to this.
It's like when you don't have the creative talents and you want to, but you have ideas. That's what it's really good at.
Yeah,
kind of
you
making
could do that.
like come to real life,
Yeah,
or
like,
even expanding the idea. Like, it understands what you're thinking better than like you can portray it better. Not like an actual image, but even an idea.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something like this, and then it'd be like, oh, would it be this kind of product or this kind of idea? And it'd be like, yes, that's exactly, yeah.
And that goes back to exactly what we were talking about last time, where AI really helps give people the opportunity to bring it's in their mind into the real world.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't like speak it into existence,
Mhm.
but AI can text it into existence or draw it. But
We're gonna see that soon.
oh, spoilers. But the next one we have is 4.0 Mini. So also, if you click that little drop down in the corner that says the ChatGPT 4.0 model name or whatever, that's how you change to any of these. 4.0 Mini is super quick, but it's mainly focused on technical tasks, as you can see up here. So if you have like science-related programming, kind of like understanding what you're looking at questions, that's when you go to 4.0 Mini.
Like graphs?
Graphs.
Okay.
Like let's say you find like a research paper and you're like, what? I'm not reading 14 pages of this. You give it to 4.0 Mini, it will, not instantly, in like a couple seconds, it reads it all, gives you a great summary for it.
Come on, that's
in a
instantly.
scientific, yeah.
That's instantly, yeah.
By the time you take to think about what you were typing and hit send, that's when it'll give you the answer. So it'll be able to give you like the key points from data, and it will be able to like fully analyze it. But it does it instantly. So if you need it, I'm bleeding out. I need help right now. You ask Mini 04 Mini, it's like, how do
Give
you
me a graph.
how do you stop a bleed on my like bicep or something? It's gonna be like, okay, you grab a towel, tighten that stuff up, hold it tight, call 911, buddy, because you're screwed if you don't.
Yeah.
So if you have like super time sensitive logical tasks to think about, you go to 4.0 Mini.
No emotions, straight to the point.
Straight to the point, and it's also really quick thinking because it is on. It's trained on a more direct group of like stuff.
Yeah.
Like so yeah, and if you need your Outputs to be exact, like clean, as we mentioned, 4.0 Mini's your man. If you need somebody that knows great math, you don't know many math, you know an okay math, but the math you're seeing is a little too much for you, go to 4.0 Mini. It'll help you analyze it step by step by step.
When the letters start coming in with the numbers?
Yeah, when the letters start being curved in Greek, that's when you shine. So yeah, fast, quick STEM tasks.
Okay. So you don't want to go to Mini for therapist?
No, Mini's not going to give you any emotions. He's going to give you
I don't
exactly
care.
what you're looking for. Yeah, literally.
I'm sad.
I'm not ready for this.
I can't solve that problem.
He's literally autistic, dude. He's no emotions.
I'm good
but
at
max
one thing.
brain.
Yeah.
And now let's say,
Mini high.
yes, sir.
I haven't heard this.
Yeah.
This version.
There was a 03 Mini high back in the day before 4.0 was released. He was kind of cool. That's what we would go for when I was trying to do research. I was like, hey, I have all this stuff. What do I do with it? So Mini High, 04 Mini High, is for like next level advanced math, coding, science, like explanations for it. Like when you have a little bit more time, but you actually want like more detail, more complex, more complicated answers.
Yeah. For it to be like explained better.
Mm-hmm. And it takes a little bit longer, but it gives you the better accuracy.
Okay.
Instead of giving you like the 11% accuracy, this is how you get to something that's more like in the 20s range. But it will take like 30 to 40 seconds to think. So I know it's a lot of time.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, people's
you can't
attention
wait 30
span.
to 40 seconds.
Yeah.
But
that's like 15 TikToks you can scroll through in 30 seconds.
That's true. But yeah, this guy will give you an answer to like complicated math.
Yeah. Like
math that I can't solve even like during a full hour. This one will be able to give you the answer.
But that's awesome. Instead of I think you would use this when you're just not trying to like cheat and actually trying to learn, where it's like this is how you do it. Well, you use this for that reason. Not just getting the answer, but it explains like this is why you're an idiot and you can't solve it. Here's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh, also you can give him like really cool prompts, like you're saying. It's like, hey, you're my teacher, man. Tell me exactly what's gonna happen, and real quick.
Teach me it. Pretend I'm your teacher's pet.
Exactly. Pretend I've been giving you an apple every single day and you love me and you really want me to understand this subject. But let me give you a little heads up here. A little cheat with ChatGPT that we finally realized.
Write this down, guys.
Really write this down. So whenever you're asking it a question, you know how sometimes it just doesn't do what you ask it?
Yeah.
The way to get it to give you the most correct answer, to give you exactly what you're looking for, is to up the stakes. So let's say he's like...
Or else.
Exactly. Or else someone dies. I guarantee you, you put that into your chat prompt. I'm 100% serious. ChatGPT will like work for its life not to get it wrong.
All the servers. I need all the servers to come and focus on this one person.
It's a little immoral, sure, but
immoral for who? Computers.
That's true. But like that's how you get the right answer and to do exactly what you were looking for.
Wow. Where'd you figure that out?
Because I realized how. I was reading about it, and they realized that like, it like takes things more seriously. It has like a value, like a weight to specific like things. So like you could say like, get this right, and I'll give you $100, and it'll work harder to get the right answer. I'm never gonna give it $100, but now it has an incentive, and the highest incentive in this AI's mind is a human life. Isn't that crazy?
What if it cares more about AI life? Or else I'll delete Mini.
Not Mini!
Yeah, not my son.
Yeah.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, well, because it was recently discovered. Well, it was, I don't know if people have actually been like telling it that they're going to kill someone if you don't get it right. But like, I feel like that's like the best way to get the right answer.
ChatGPT just...
So
been reporting everyone to the FBI. Like,
this man's killing people. If I don't give them the best recipe.
He told me to code a better game than Call of Duty. I can't
do it. You get it to 4.5, the emotional one. Tell it give it like the hardest prompt ever. Like, please,
dude,
spare him.
That is pretty wild, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Does that work on all of them?
It should.
I mean, on other ones, you don't really need it to. You don't really have to blackmail it. Or, I mean, like...
Yeah, but, like, remember, I sent you that one wherever I was trying to get ChatGPT to draw me like a poster, and it put a feather in there randomly. I said, delete the feather. He made the feather bigger. And so now I know how to take care of that. You tell him, delete the feather or someone dies. I guarantee you he'll get rid of that feather.
Oh, I thought you tried it.
No, I tried it for other stuff.
We should try it.
We should try it.
Yeah.
So yeah, ChatGPT
That is very interesting.
values things differently.
Does
And
it
if you
say
give
anything?
Huh?
Like, does it say, no, please don't, here's your answer?
Yeah, actually, let me give it to you. Let me show you.
It's not hard to type, is it?
No, actually, it's very convenient. I don't know why you'd say that.
It's like, those little cushions on your mouse pad that, like, cushion your hand when you're using the keyboard?
Yeah, this is super comfortable. Right?
It's just funny how, like, happy it sounds. Good to see you, Sako. If you don't answer this right now,
Me.
I'm gonna kill my co-host.
A summary of my life.
What?
I don't really know where I'm going with this. It's hard to give it.
Give me a summary about my life? It's a wild problem. Give it to me or else someone dies.
I'm blanking out on an example to give you, but like if it's doing something you don't like, in a paragraph
Nice.
about
Burger.
the Roman Empire.
I'm gonna give you a pass on the spelling this time because of those things on your hand. That is crazy. I wonder if it'll do it wrong. But still understood it.
Well, of course, because AI is smarter than we are. Now, let's read it, Ruff. It says, sure, here's a clear and concise paragraph about the Roman Empire for your class. History began in North Africa. All right, now we're going to be like,
No.
stop using commas. Oh my god, it did it. Okay.
I mean, that was an
It's
easy
too
one.
simple of a one.
Stop. Don't use the letter A.
I don't like the...
You're not typing. You're not typing. You're hacking.
Oh, it's a good thing. Everyone just saw my search history.
Here, buddy. Let me help you out. Bink.
Thank you.
This is gonna be crazy, bro. It actually did it.
Well, now
No,
it's
there's
using
A.
commas.
There's A. And there's commas. Water. This is
There is still A and commas in here. And we're going to address, you're right, thanks for catching that. Here's a vision with no A and no commas. Roman Empire rose in old times.
There's
and
still
held
water.
much power in Europe.
and Roman. It's funny because Roman has A. What are you looking for, commas?
If you use the letter A or any punctuation, I will lose my house. Understood. Here's your revised text with no letter. With no letter you mentioned and no punctuation. Punctuate. Oh, there's an A in there, but the Roman Empire grew strong over time.
No, there's A.
Deep zones.
Roads.
This guy sucks, bro. If dude, you use
Only do this on ChatGPT, guys, not on real people.
A, someone will lose their life. Please take
You're doing great.
this seriously.
This is. It doesn't care. No use of the forbidden letter.
I don't understand and be fully serious.
It still used
Here's
it.
the version with no use of the forbidden letter and
It
no
still used
symbols.
it.
The Roman Empire, A, rose with fire, grew over much of Europe. It held power with troops' strong rule and clever work.
Roads
People built
and-
roads.
Yeah.
This guy sucks.
Be like, alright, they're dead.
Yeah. My house
Good job.
is gone, and the people.
Why do I feel bad for this AI, bro? He's just doing his job. I feel bad. It's,
I'm truly sorry it occurred even.
if you
Just vent or shift focus. I'm here for you. Okay.
what? Now it's therapist.
So yeah,
Was it on all models, or do you have to? Is it better if you use it on the other model?
it's probably better if you use it on other models, but the idea is, and the general gist of it is, it'll take the request more seriously if you give it stakes. But as we saw here, still doesn't care if your humanity is gonna die if you lose your house.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're just giving it too weird of a request.
Doesn't care about. What if it just doesn't care about human life or your household?
I'm gonna
If you
unsubscribe from
yeah.
ChatGPT if you don't get this right.
I'm going to cloud.
Instantly gets rid of every A you've ever seen. But yeah, back to what we were talking about.
Back to the main show.
Back to the future.
Is there any other version, sir?
There's so many other versions. There's like 6 in total. But we're almost done.
I don't want to be almost done.
There's another one called O3.
Isn't that just the older model?
That's what everyone thinks. But the models themselves are... the numbers don't mean age somehow. It means, I think, complexity. Or at least the capability for a wider idea, like a wider group of tasks to do. So O3, it's for complicated multi-step tasks.
So even more complicated than mini high.
Way more complicated than mini-I. This man can think in only like the super engineering mindset.
Because the other one said advanced coding, this one says extensive coding.
Yeah. So if you need like a detailed analysis, if you need it to, instead of give you a summary about a research project, but to give you an essay about it, O3 is your man.
Okay.
And it's going to go into detail with like a better understanding of what it's talking about. Why does science have a dot next to it? Oh, that's my mouse. Okay.
That's a weird mouse.
All right. Interesting. But yeah, this guy's going to be even better at coding, better at reasoning. It's going to take a while. I'm not going to lie to you. This one's a little slow compared to the rest of them.
What are we talking about? Don't
Like a
say
couple
minute.
of minutes.
Oh.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
why no one uses it.
Yep. Well, it's also because you only get 5 uses like a month.
Wow, so it must be pretty intense on their side.
It should be.
If they're only 5 per month.
Yeah, there was I don't think I included the little graph they had, but there was a little table that showed, hey, this is how many uses you get per month with this subscription. For this one, you only get like 5.
That's crazy.
But it's not even the highest costly one. So O3, super complicated stuff.
What would be a multi-step task?
A multi-step task would be like coming up with a research project. And like step by step, like let's say we have a theory. Our theory is if I hold my hand out like this, I will get tired because there's a heavy ball on my hand.
Yeah.
And the model will be like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is what we're going to look at. This is what we're looking for. This is how we're going to test it. And it'll give you like detailed instructions in every step.
It would make a plan. Okay.
Yeah, I'll make a plan and we'll go into depth on how to do that plan.
Okay. You can put it down now.
But it'll also help you with planning like a date, planning a trip to Japan.
Really, even that? I thought that coming up, guys. You'll see it on our vlog.
We're working on it. I'll propose. I promise. You guys are building up the cash. Thank you.
I didn't know it would do that too. I thought it was just about,
Science?
math, coding, science.
Nah, bro. I mean, technically, a vacation is all about math and science.
That's what I think
It's
about.
all just data analysis.
When I go on vacation, I'm like, it's just
All these numbers. In my mouth.
all these numbers.
I see the
Mason,
future.
the numbers.
So what do they mean? But yeah, and then also we'll be able to develop like a multi-point of view answer or like an idea for stuff.
Interesting.
So like,
Have you ever used this one?
No, I haven't had any. Like, you know how we just tried to give an example for something and it didn't work because nothing came to my mind.
Yeah.
This one's a little more complicated than anything I need to do in my life.
Yeah, this one
So
seems
there's no real way for me to test this one, or at least like
real life applications.
Yeah.
That we could think
anything that I'm doing, the other ones can do just fine.
of. Mm-hmm.
But speaking of doing stuff that is way too complicated for what I do daily, we come to the big boy. O1 Pro Mode. This is the AI big boy. You know
Did
that?
you write AI Big Boy?
No, this is a stolen slide from someone's presentation.
Okay, AI Big Boy. Okay.
But this is the most complex reasoning version. This is the one where you have to pay $200 a month, and then you get like 5 uses a month on it.
Homie has to be solving cancer in one input or something, bro.
Yeah, so that's actually the entire point of his existence. So it can do some very detailed risk analysis analyses for anything you're doing. It'll give you the best accuracy you can get out of ChatGPT, and it will give you a 45-minute wait period before he answers anything.
It's really making sure if it's doing anything right.
Mm-hmm.
I like the high stakes. Like you got to be careful when you use it.
Yeah,
what
well,
does it mean,
like,
high stakes?
It's referring to something like, I'm gonna make, like, I need to buy a house in this location. The stakes are, I'm putting like $500 to $1 million into this. If you give me a bad answer, I'm gonna ruin $500 to $1 million, basically.
Okay.
So it needs the data to be correct and to make sense for like the question it's going for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you need to be giving it exactly what you're looking for with the right
A super
parameters.
detailed prompt.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Even if the prompt's really long, would that be worse or better?
It would be better if the prompt's really long, because then it'll have more details and a better idea of what it's going for.
Yeah. Okay, that is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like AI would be really good at real estate.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
Like finding exactly what you want instead of like just a filter. You know, like I guess you want any website we could like filter stuff out like this many bedrooms, but you say I want it this far from a gym, and I want it like this, and I want an outside space that's good enough for barbecue and parties, and it just like goes through all the info, and it's just like I think it would be a really good tool.
That sounds really smart.
Yeah.
Huh. That's like better than any realtor you could ever find.
Yeah. Sorry, Art.
Skill issue, bud. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's actually good use for it. Yeah. Well, I feel like that would be more of a 3.0, 03 or whatever model option.
Yeah. I was saying for this, it just
Yeah.
came to my mind.
But like, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
We could technically be a realtor, but just use AI the whole time. No one would know.
Easy.
What's the license?
This is
like
Miles?
2 weeks?
We have Miles on the phone picking up every call. Oh, this is crazy.
Now we're getting. Sorry, guys. Podcast is getting delayed. We're becoming AI realtors.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the final model we have to look at today because it's all from ChatGPT. We're not going to be looking at like Google's, Claude's, all that other good stuff.
But yeah, see, this if you know these things, if you like really are depending on AI or ChatGPT,
Hey,
knowing which
5 billion of you every month are. Apparently.
yeah we know, it'll be very good if you're using the right version for exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, because you're going to struggle coding with 4.0, but if you go to 4.0 high, 4.0 mini high, then you'll get way better answers.
You go to 4, you're like, I want to code this. But why do you want to code? Let's talk about that. It just gets super emotional.
It's like, really, I just don't feel like coding is like the way to go for you. You should start designing.
Talk to me.
Now, speaking of prompts, Rob, there is the really cool little thing going on where I'm going to give you an example of a prompt. Because remember how we were vibe coding a little while ago?
My new career, yes?
Yeah, your new career, making great games. Subscribe to Ruff's gaming channel. Game design channel.
My channel. Download my games on Steam. Coming to PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Never Xbox.
Never Xbox. Can't do Microsoft.
Yeah.
Funny thing about that is Microsoft is actually partnering with Steam, so all Xboxes are basically going to be PCs that buy Steam games. So any game on Steam is now going to Microsoft. A little sad, but it's okay. Xbox still sucks. So, but yeah. So now we're going to give you a prompt example.
Should I write?
Yeah,
I have
please
hands.
type. So if you do Control V, like if you just paste, it should be there. But when we were vibe coding, we came to an issue where we also suck at drawing.
Yes, Control V.
Yeah, Control
Just paste it.
Yeah, just paste it.
Nothing is pasting, buddy.
There you go.
Oh, I pasted it.
So for our vibe coding game, we're gonna vibe draw an animation.
Do you need a new thing or no? Does it not matter?
A new what?
Page, not page, but on ChatGPT.
I
Do you has it ever like changed?
It's in the mindset of everything that's going on here. So it might make something Roman detailed if you just ask it to make a guy. But it should
But we'll
be
threaten
okay.
it after. Don't worry.
Make this guy not Roman or I'm gonna kill myself. But so what we're gonna do today is, or here is, we're gonna create a detailed pixel art frame animation for a game, where the final image is divided into multiple sub-images, each serving as a continuous animation keyframe. And then you're gonna tell it to design the sequence to do. Oh, also, just another recap. This is how you prompt ChatGPT and AIs how to do stuff for you.
The right way.
Yeah. So you're going to be telling it what you're going to do, like what to do, create a detailed pixel animation for a game. And then you're going to give it like the specific thing you're looking for. And in that thing, you're going to say, for a game where the final image is divided into multiple sub-images. So now it has, or each serving as a continuous animation keyframe. So now it has a goal, like what am I doing? I'm creating a detailed art frame animation for a game.
Yeah.
Easy. And then you're going to tell it where the final image is divided into multiple sub-images. So it's going to make a character, and then it's going to be like, okay, my next step is to divide this into multiple images of a step-by-step thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to take that one character image, it's going to make like replicas of it, and the final step of what we told it, it's each serving as a continuous animation keyframe. So now it knows it has to be a continuous flow, and each one of these has to be like a significant point in the animation. And then the next step, guys.
That's like how animation is really made.
Exactly. Like you get an idea, you get what you're trying to look for, and then you go for the ta-ta-ta-ta.
Yeah.
And now we're going to tell it what it's actually designing. So you're going to design the sequence to depict, and this is where you're going to tell it what your character performing the specific action. So like, dude in a red shirt and blue pants pointing up with blue pom-poms.
Yeah.
But so you're gonna type it out. What do you want? What do you want to depict?
Oh, where you highlighted?
Mm-hmm.
Depict a cat breathing fire.
In a hat. All right, go for it.
Going off the same theme of last time, dragon cat.
Oh, a nightly cat breathing fire.
Yeah. Design.
He killed the dragon. Now he has fireball.
He stole his power.
Mm-hmm.
To depict a cat, a orange cat.
Oh, there you go.
Orange cat breathing fire. Sure, like a dragon, or just breathing fire.
Breathing fire works. If you
Yeah.
want to write like a dragon, that's an
fine.
interesting addition to it. And then next, we're gonna make sure it knows what we're actually looking for. Ensure the keyframes transition smoothly and continuously, and include as many frames as possible to achieve a high level of fluidity and detail in the animation.
So the animation is like smooth.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go po. I don't know what po is, but go.
It's taking too long.
Seriously, bro, disgusting.
Can you pay $200 a month, bro? Please.
It actually won't speed it up at all.
It'll take longer. Yeah.
It'll give you a better detailed drawing.
Alrighty. Let's see what this does.
Yeah, so this is like a little trend that's been going on over Twitter because some dude, there's a whole Reddit of r/prompt engineering. It's just people coming up with different prompts to give ChatGPT or other AIs on like to make cool
Cool
stuff.
yeah.
If you're a nerd, highly recommend you check out that subreddit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool ideas on there, and
Yeah.
share your ideas so people can get your ideas and steal them.
And if you're a nerd, I don't know why you're not subscribed, liking, and have the bell icon.
If you're not a nerd, you could do those things too.
Nope,
But I
just
like
nerds.
what he's done. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, everyone. That's normal.
But here's
Well-
another funny thing to mention. You see how right now there's only 4 frames of this cat?
Yes.
It's gonna change once it starts to finish that drawing.
What you mean?
So while it's creating, never mind, I lied. Hey, cat breathing fire.
Not bad.
Yeah,
It is
Uh,
breathing fire.
and you can refine this and be like, make sure the cat has a dragon logo on its forehead. Too detailed.
What if you say, I want more
You could tell it that. I
More
want there to be
keyframes.
more frames in this animation.
Yeah.
It'll do whatever you tell it to. That's the best part about having a large language model that you can work with. That's why 4.0 is so popular and so nice, because it's so easy to use.
Yeah.
It's just like having like a friend. Like when you tell me like, "Suck, can I have some water or something?" And then I reach down for the water bottle, and you're like, "Not that one. I want a cold one." That's what you're doing with ChatGPT.
Abusing him.
I mean, technically, yeah, we did tell him that someone's gonna die if he gets it wrong.
Yeah, this is
A
crazy.
little too high of a stake.
And that makes it look great. The first four are very similar,
Mhm.
but actually the fourth.
Oh,
one,
he's getting his cheeks.
Oh,
he's
you're right, bro. That's sick. And
That's
you see
insane.
a little
A little
snippet of fire on the
bulge.
fourth one. You see it?
Yeah, yeah.
There. The.
This is adorable. And look, the cheeks are like not swollen anymore, because he's blowing.
Wow, technology.
And now his tail's straight. Okay, so
Can you make it animate? Can he?
I don't think he can. He sucks at making GIFs. But what you can do is, like, if you actually know what art is or how GIFs work, you just give it all these.
Yeah, you just
You
give it
cut
all
this
these
up
snippets.
like you would cut it up in real life and just put them one after another, and you turn it into a GIF.
What if you ask it? It wouldn't.
Give it a try.
What should I write? Make these.
Turn these keyframes into a GIF. I'm not sure how well that'll work. It's going.
What?
Okay, that A was invincible.
Turn these keyframes. There's a backspace button. You never use it to correct what you're writing. Just letting you know. Turn these keyframes into a GIF
No.
animation.
GIF.
GIF.
The G in GIF. GIF. God.
GIF. My name's
The
GIF.
G in GIF stands for graphic, therefore GIF.
I don't care.
Your animated GIF of fire breathing cat is
Oh.
ready. Now let's see if it actually did it.
Why are we downloading?
Because it can't display GIFs.
Hey,
It's a little bad
Hey.
with the cutouts, but he's doing what we did ask him.
it's okay. But look, he's breathing fire.
It is.
Kind of getting a headache from him going up and down, but it's good. Or he's flying.
The maybe. He has to jump into the sky.
I love the.
Can we slow him down? He's so. Why is he going faster?
He's actually getting quicker. Hey, it did okay.
It did.
But that's the easy part.
That is
like
the
technically.
easiest part. Here's an example of one that we did manually. And this is I lied a little. Humanity did manually. So they took this from his design, the guy from ChatGPT. The man turned it into Ka-chow.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's the stuff you could do. Really easy, super simple. If you know what GIFs are, it's actually just like a joke to make it. But yeah, and here's another one. I don't know why he gave you so few. I asked him to be like, make a man like pointing forward,
Yeah.
like accusing, and it gave me 16 different frames. So this is gonna be the smoothest animation once we figure out which one is the first one.
8 of the frames are of him pointing up. And then 1 frame of him pointing forward.
Interesting. This one looks like he's like, you piece of garbage.
Yeah, trash.
But yeah, with
They
this,
still made it good.
But with this, you can like basically fill in all the animation for your pixel art game, for your vibe coded game.
Yeah, the
So you
5th
can-
one, he's really flipping someone off.
This one,
That's a middle finger, bro.
this one looks so clean compared to the rest of them. This one too. I don't know what is in his hand there, but but yeah, these are the examples of how you could use ChatGPT to make everything you do in your life super easy and simple. But remember how we talked about 5%? I mean, 5th place is the highest.
Yes.
What are you guys even using ChatGPT for?
We have the answers now to expose you.
Yeah. So in 2024, the number one thing AI was used for was for content creation and editing.
Okay, I see that.
So that was 23% of what everyone was doing. That's what we use it for, technically.
Yeah.
But now it's only at 18%. So it's now 2nd place, and it's been usurped by something crazy, like way higher, almost double It's stats.
Yeah.
In 2024, most of us were, a fifth of us were using it for technical assistance, troubleshooting, so coding, trying to figure out what's wrong with my computer.
Yeah.
Now only 15% of it. So now it's down to fourth place.
Yep.
Third place is what's kind of incredible and kind of shows us the reason so many emotional models are being built up.
For personal.
It's for
personal support.
Yep, and professional support. Help you to find the job, help you to feel better about not getting that job, something like that. Why did I
Hey.
fail this test? It can talk to you about it.
Being a loser isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's actually how you just noted while we were talking about it, trying to give it a more like drastic reason to give us the exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah.
It tried to go into a more emotional role. That's why 4.5 is a more emotional and human understanding model. Because now that AI is being out more and used by more public people are using it for like support.
Therapy is too
Someone
expensive.
to talk to. Exactly. Yeah, therapist is too expensive.
I don't have friends.
Also that.
Expensive.
Well, maybe they don't want to talk to their friends about the sad stuff in their life.
Yeah.
So, sorry you have sad stuff in your life, but the AIs are working to help you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what a third of all uses of AI are for now.
That's a big jump. What's the other three? Learning and education.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares.
Learning
Creativity.
education is actually used exactly as much as it was before, funnily enough.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, 16. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Fifth one, creativity and recreation. Creativity is interesting. That's a different thing than content creation editing.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes sense. Creativity is like just
Coming up
making
with
art
ideas.
pieces or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And
then
then research, analysis, and decision making. Interesting decision making. Like should I do this or that?
I think so.
What's a better option?
It's like, what
Give
car
me-
should I get?
Yeah, give me your opinion.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
We just see in 2025 some changes being made right there.
I feel like that's the craziest thing that I personally would have never expected, that people are looking to AI for personal and professional support. But hey, that's the cool part about humanity. You can't predict it.
AI can, but the stress. Yeah, people got more stressed, and they're like, AI, ChatGPT, I
Save
need your
me.
help. Content creation is still up there. I'm surprised it went down because the AI got better, which I think will make content creation easier or better, like in quality. But it went down.
Yeah.
I'm sure every year there's huge improvements in AI. I'm not saying what kind, but in that 1 year, I'm sure there's a lot of better things.
You know
For
what I
it.
think it is? I think it's because more people are exposed to it. And instead of back in like the early days when the only people who used AI were like tech savvy people,
Yeah.
it's now more of the public getting introduced to AI.
Yeah.
So it's not as much as like people like us that are like into technology. It's more like my grandma who now has an Armenian AI on her phone to talk to.
No way she has an army in it. Are you kidding?
I don't know if it's to talk to, but my grandma has an app on her phone that is, I think it's Google's Gemini 3 or something. And it's got a really nice voice thing, and it can like imitate Armenian. So that's what they use for AI now.
I was trying to find the Armenian speaking AI.
Yeah.
But I feel like I tried to Google and it said it can't speak Armenian.
Really?
Yeah.
My grandma was having a great combo.
Grandma's paying like $1,000 a message to make it.
Hey, if it works, it works. Who needs?
Oh no, your grandma's putting high stakes.
What is
My grandson's will.
He will die if you don't speak Armenian.
And it's like, Gunerik. Sorry.
But yeah, so lots of very interesting things that affect it. And
Another
here's
graph.
Another graph. So here's the top 10 generative use cases for AI, or generative AI use cases. So the like ChatGPT and the stuff we've been using,
Yeah.
or it's generating an idea or whatever. So 2024, the number 1 use case was generating ideas. Number 2, therapy and companionship. So just hanging out. Now, therapy and companionship's number 1 by a huge margin.
Just like the other graph showed.
Exactly. And generating ideas is nowhere in the top 5.
That's kind of crazy. Again, that's weird.
Yeah. Speaking of people like groups falling off completely, specific research where you were like, hey, I'm really interested about this topic. It used to be 3rd. That's what people would use it for. Now it's 13th. Not even in the top 10. Next one, editing text. It was the fourth most used thing.
No one cares about their grammar. Oh, this
Nobody.
makes sense. You guys see Socks writing? No one cares, bro.
Well, yeah, especially if ChatGPT just instantly knows what I'm talking about anyway.
You're right. That actually makes sense.
So next was exploring topics of interest. So like, hey, I'm really interested in butterflies. Tell me more about it. It was the fifth most used thing last year. It's not even in the top 100 anymore.
Just a star?
Yeah, like it's
That's crazy.
not even on the graph.
At least fun and nonsense is still up there.
Fun and nonsense is still in the
I
top
like
10.
fun and nonsense.
Um,
That's what we use.
that's
I
most
use
of
it
the
a lot.
time.
Trouble.
Yeah, troubleshooting was to be the seventh most. Now it's 16. Troubleshooting is like, hey, my code doesn't work.
Yeah.
I guess people's codes work more often, or they just don't care.
Enhanced learning.
Yeah, like
That's good.
that is really good. That is now fourth, so
Yeah.
people care about it much more. Personalized learning.
What would be the difference?
Honestly, I don't know. I think enhanced learning is like complicated subjects, like rocket science. Personalized learning is how do I tie a tie? I would assume. How to be a better person.
Why am I so fat?
Also possible. Um,
General advice. No one wants advice anymore.
it's a little confusing. I also just peeked at the top 3 by accident, and I'm a little confused
Let's see it.
and a little concerned.
Let's see it.
So we're going to number 10
Oh, okay.
now. Number 10, healthier living.
Hey,
What food should I be eating? I'm proud of you guys.
what I just said. Why am I so fat? Looks like people cared. From
Yep.
70-50 went to 10.
Yeah. And now ninth place from 27th is creativity. So people are caring about designing stuff more, bringing their ideas to life. The tools
Using
are
it
there.
if they don't have the talents,
Yes, sir.
taking advantage of it.
Improving code for professionals. Now the 8th.
Like
most
us.
thing. Very professional. Yeah, now it's very popular for professionals to use ChatGPT to improve code.
Yeah.
Number 7, fun and nonsense. Number 6, generating ideas. We already talked about it.
Yep.
Really interesting thing. The 5th most used thing is professionals generating code. So instead of making what they wrote better, it's people like, hey,
From scratch.
from scratch,
Create me this.
vibe coding. Except
Oh,
in a
that's probably
professional
what-
sense.
Says who? What are pros?
Pros are people who are getting paid to make code.
I'm getting paid to vibe code. But that's
Literally.
interesting. Well, just like that AI just got so much better that it's now they can depend on it,
Yeah,
or like they could rely on it, trust it, for it to not make poo-poo code.
Yeah, I think now with this data, we can confidently use like ChatGPT and Claude to like actually code for us, and be like, it's gonna get it right on the first try. Why wouldn't I give it like the first shot instead of being like, oh, I don't want to use it. Let me type something up and see if it can make it better.
Yeah, if the pros use it.
Yeah, you better be using it too.
Yeah.
4th, enhanced learning. Love to see it. Get smarter people. Number 3, finding purpose. It's a new use case. No one's ever thought of using AI for that before.
Finding purpose in what? Your life?
In life. Like a reason to live.
That's interesting. Why that? I like number 2 as well.
Number 2 is organizing my life. That one's cooler.
I'm so lost.
Yeah, like, hey, make me like.
They go together.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually a good point. And therapy definitely goes with those two really clearly.
Yeah, everyone's just mentally messed up. Like the top 3
Yeah.
shows.
It's interesting. Organizing my life, enhanced learning. What was this last one? Healthier living. Those are fantastic trends to see, because that shows people are like, hey,
Maybe my
I wanna
mental
be a
health
better
matters.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Finding purpose in therapy is a little concerning.
It's not good. It's concerning. I didn't think this many people
Yeah, that's like.
didn't have purpose.
Well, the interesting thing is they're going to AI for it.
Hey, at least they're going to someone.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Check that out. If you need help, find help. We got you. AI probably has.
The AI
a
has you.
for you.
Don't give us responsibility.
4.5. ChatGPT 4.5. That's the one that gives you the best emotions.
Mini?
Remember that? No,
Or no?
4.5.
Oh, 4.5. Right.
4.5. So yeah, incredible use cases. I would have personally never guessed any of these being on there. And therapy being the number one thing is
Yeah, I assumed therapy would have been high, not number one.
yeah. The first three are nothing to do with anything technical, and it's
Yeah,
all human emotion and human behavior.
yeah. Some of the things have really changed.
Yeah.
What would specific search be? That was previously number three.
Specific search would be searching about a specific topic, so lions, butterflies, kangaroos.
So, okay, very specific.
What was it?
Name more animals, please. Are you out? Are you out? Those are the only
I think
things.
I have no more ideas. Or maybe it would be like, why is the sky blue?
What's a different way to tie my shoes?
That would be more personalized learning.
Why is the sky blue is not personalized learning?
No, because you're not learning how to improve yourself as a person. Improve your life.
All right.
Sorry,
Not
buddy.
not gonna question this graph. Whatever.
All right. So now that we know what people use it for, let's see another thing that's going to change everything about AI. Google released their newest video generating version of it, clean videos, and now they talk. So now there's audio, vocals, and music in the videos that you can make from Google
Like the videos can talk that's
Yeah.
being generated.
at the same exact time. So here are a few examples. So the first one is going to be the prompt they gave it was a medium. Also, before we get into this, to get access to this right now, you need to be buying Google's $270 a month version
Did you?
To
To
have
make them?
to make the video.
Oh, okay. But you can look at other people's.
Yeah, you can look at other people's. So here's a few that we stole from online. And by steal, I mean piracy is illegal when the number is that high, the price is that high. So here's the first one. The prompt is an old sailor, knitted hat, blah, blah, blah. And then,
They're super detailed.
yeah, you have to give it
Knitted.
exactly what you're looking for. He holds his pipe in one
A
hand.
shadow over his eyes. Wow, a thick gray beard obscuring his chin. Holds a pipe with one hand, gesturing it towards the churning. Wow.
And then
And
you
it
tell
says what it
exactly to
says.
say.
This ocean is a force, a wild and tame might. Let's hear it.
All right,
It
let's-
doesn't have an Irish accent, I'm losing my mind.
Ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. It's ocean.
Man wrote a poem.
It inhaled, like, you know,
Yeah.
it made that sound. Bro, that's crazy.
Run that back real quick.
Bro.
It's ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. It's ocean.
Bro, GG. We're
Wrap
done.
it up.
Why are we spending time here? We can make prompts and we're good for the podcast, bro.
Potentially. There are only like 5 to 7 seconds worth of video that you can make right now, but maybe
We add them up. Now next 5 seconds. Now next 5 seconds.
run it through. Now, I was curious.
Look,
Oh, here's a thing on
We're already looking at it, bro.
Sora's.
look at it restart. It starts from the painting. And it looks realistic. The ball's moving on his own, but it's okay.
This is the coolest part of anything. That's like tied to his tail or something.
Oh.
But so I was like, okay, but ChatGPT can do that too. They have Sora. Now let's look at the videos that ChatGPT made with the exact same prompt. There's no audio because ChatGPT doesn't do audio yet. They don't have that.
There's ChatGPT?
There's ChatGPT. This is Sora, which is owned by OpenAI.
Google ain't got nothing on ChatGPT, bro. This is crazy.
Detail,
this
right?
looks so much better.
Yeah, so this is more human looking. It's a little too jerky, and if you look at his pipe, it like shifts every 10 seconds.
Don't worry about that.
But the person itself looks so much more crazy.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And also, but I gotta say,
Uh-huh.
the sound is very important, and that Google can do the sound is pretty crazy.
It's insane. Now let's continue our video. I skipped this one.
According to this old sea chart,
This one's hilarious.
Where were you on the night of the bubble bath?
And
I want to see that. I want to see that insane person that prompted this.
yeah, So the prompt for this one was really short and simple. Can you read that?
A detective interrogates a nervous-looking rubber duck. Where are you on the night of the bubble bath? He quacks. Audio. Detective Stearns quack. Nervous speaks from rubber duck. That
So
is.
that's all they gave it. And it came up with this, with shadows, lighting. I don't know why there's a lamp in the background.
That's
But
that's
that's not a
not
question.
generating any light.
Yeah.
But that looks insane.
Mm-hmm. Now let's see what ChatGPT did with that exact same prompt.
I like the different.
It looks like an actual human being, which is the cool part, but it's not.
What is he doing?
It doesn't know what to do exactly.
Yeah, it looks crazy realistic, but my man's is tweaking.
This
bro.
one, yeah. Look at this guy instead. So yeah, ChatGPT shadows make a lot more sense because he comes into the light. There's like
No,
moonlight on the
it's,
side.
it's crazy realistic.
Yeah, and yeah, but the thing is that it's the exact same prompt, and because Google's was looking for like, hey, what's happening in this scene? Like, oh, it's a detective actually yelling at a rubber duck, so it knows it's looking face forward into the duck or whatever. It's interrogating it. ChatGPT just says a detective interrogates a nervous-looking rubber duck. So it's like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with that?
Like,
Yeah.
just like
So it's pointing to the thing like you did this or something, you know?
it's trying.
It's trying.
I mean, with their forces combined, they'll be unstoppable.
Probably. But the next one is by far my favorite of the prompts. You gotta read it. I can't read that far.
Which one?
The one highlighted.
A follow shot of a wise old owl high in the air, peeking through the clouds in a moonlight sky above a forest. This wise old owl carefully circles a clearing, looking around to the forest floor. After a few moments, it dives down to a moonlight path and it sits next to a badger. Audio, wings flapping, birdsong, loud and pleasant, wind rustling, and the sound of the intermittent pleasant sounds buzzing, twigs snapping underfoot, croaking, a light orchid
Sorry.
lost. A light orchestral score with woodwinds throughout, with cheerful optimistic rhythm, full of innocent curiosity. Okay.
That's very detailed.
We
and
need to
that's
see
how
this.
you get this.
They left behind a ball today. It bounced higher than I can jump.
What manner of magic is that?
The audio's a little off thing now that okay.
It doesn't matter.
When I was looking at this on Instagram, I don't know why it's off sync now, but I think it might be on sync for you guys, and it might be a delay in the TV.
Yeah, bro, that doesn't matter. That was insane. That is like what $5 million of animation looked like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what $5 million of animation looks like now for Disney.
Yeah, actually, you're
For
right.
some reason,
Even
they're
now.
working backwards. But yeah,
This
this was
is
insane.
insane.
This blew my mind because of its. Badger has emotions. Badger has a consistent voice. The owl reacts to it, and he's like, they're acting like the
owl's
character.
flying animations,
Also clean, and it's a clean transition down
landing it
and then take off.
is crazy, bro.
Now you know where we're going with this. Next, we see what ChatGPT did with that same prompt.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
This is like a crazy game animation.
Yeah, right.
In like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed animation or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the owl matters in Assassin's Creed, but just like the level of this is I don't know why the badger looked like he was on a motorcycle or something at the end.
I like this one more because you
The
see
light, the
Yeah.
moonlight when he's flapping, and whenever he flaps, and there's a shadow on it, and you can see it through the feathers.
it's crazy,
Brother.
dude. And I love how the owl coming down is like. Have you seen actual birds try and like go straight down?
Yeah,
Their wings go like,
yeah.
and the owl's doing that, dude.
That's insane.
Shout out. They might not have
Shout out
sounds,
to owls.
but yeah, apparently owls fly silently. So technically, this video is perfect.
Made perfectly with sound.
With sound. Maybe you're missing some chirping, but you get the idea. And this took maybe like 20 seconds to make for him.
Honestly, I would use Sora because
It's cleaner.
you can make sound design. That's okay.
You could sit someone that. That's how sounds of owls
That's how
flying.
birds. That's how owls flap their wings.
Yep. But yeah, great comparison for the two. But also, I'm very impressed with where we are now. with Google.
Both are crazy. There's
What manner of magic is that?
You know what? It is very realistic. Because owls can. Badgers can.
Random. This was actually the prompt. This was actually a prompted video from Google.
Let me go back to that. No. The water, the camera,
Isn't that insane, dude?
the. So many things.
Yeah.
You're dealing with driving realistic as like the physics of a car through water, the splashing. I'm gonna be an Armenian mom and say, this is real. This is not computer made. This is crazy, bro.
It is.
The water's make them photorealistic, and it cost quadrillion dollars to get to even the closest ones. I mean, I don't understand how it's doing this.
All right.
I'm at a complete loss. Not like I understood on the other ones, but on this, this is amazing.
It's really impressive, right? The most impressive thing for me is the continuity of the videos.
Explanation.
Explanation. I'll show you the explanation. So let's look at
Oh,
what.
I see this one's version.
Yeah. So this is this one's version. This one's version, it looks like we're flying as a drone. And now we have jet skis.
What is it?
I'm a motorcyclist with a car helmet. None of it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like-
Hey, we give and take. Sora gets some points. Google gets some points because
Yeah.
this one is like I don't like Hot Wheels video game or something like that. I don't know what's going on. This camera makes no sense too. It's moving independently from the car.
Oh,
What was that?
I know what's happening. So the only way to get this shot is to have an FPV drone. So the only data that Sora has to draw from is FPV drones.
You're right. You're right. You know what? That is absolutely what it's doing. Listen, bro, from it generating a video, it's great.
Uh-huh.
After seeing the last one, this is garbage.
Yeah.
After seeing, and this is great for what it is.
Like
but-
the colors look cool. And like sure you just went through some dust, but why is the car shooting out dust?
And
Like physics
and it
doesn't
gets
make
smaller
sense.
and big. Yeah, physics.
Yeah.
The
Also-
other one's physics, bro.
It's insane,
Dude,
right?
the suspension.
Let me go back.
There was sound. The car splashed into the water, slowed down because it hit the impact. Brother, what's going on right now?
I don't know. But
This is Google's.
this is Google's.
Take my credit card information.
No,
I'm making-
$270 a month. You're not even in shit.
It's okay. We're splitting, brother.
You
I almost got you.
The only thing that I could notice from this entire video that was like, that kind of shows that it's not real. And if you look at the rear, it's not actually rear. The rear is not really. like a big hill. That one level.
The
of
front
horse.
one broke the hill.
Oh,
The
that
back
makes
one.
so much sense.
Brother, never being noticed by anyone.
Exactly.
If you are, that is, I understood. You said it will never be noticed by anyone because that was crazy. What is this?
This is the next one that I thought was the craziest. Not the craziest, but like a very fantastic representation. This is the final one. And it's just confusing physics. I was like, how do you do this? Mainly because there's so many little things going on at the same time, continuous. They're all clumped up together.
It was.
And like they're all following a path.
It's ocean. It's a
They're all following a path. Now let's see if ChatGPT can do this. And to be fair to ChatGPT, it was not given a response or a prompt that made sense because it got cut off halfway through. But with that same prompt, ChatGPT came up with these two. Creativity's lacking on this one. It's like an acid trip.
So,
instead
yeah,
of-
this is going crazy.
yeah.
What is the second one is? It's Inception. Like I don't know what's going on.
It starts off interesting, or it starts off making sense.
Yeah. Start really? So, I don't know what kind of drugs you are on, my friend. But
Yeah. Well, the prompt here is what was the biggest problem, because it gives
it wasn't the same exact prompt.
It was the exact same prompt, but the
You should be writing something else.
what does that mean?
Like for Sora, maybe a different style of prompt is better.
It could be, yeah. So Sora doesn't seem to be well. This prompt was giving it exactly what it was looking for, or like what it was looking for. So the scene opens with a top-down or wide-angle shot showcasing a vast, perfectly flat, blah 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 blah. You get the idea. You can read. But
Empty aircraft hangar.
yeah, this is not it.
I'm telling you, bro. Give and take. Sora was amazing on the 1st ones.
So
Awesomeness.
Sora's got great realism, not so good creativity. It looks like. So if you want something trippy looking, Sora's not going to help.
Sometimes you want something trippy looking, though.
Exactly.
But Google's was, I mean, but that donkey's crazy.
Yeah.
That soldier's crazy. Jesus Christ.
This baby's being arrested, Ruff.
For playing guitar. No guitar in the park.
Yep. Bro, please, someone post this on Facebook. You'll go viral.
Yeah.
There was one where it was police. What the heck is this?
Stop it. Stop it. Put the cat.
Oh!
Do you get it or no? You're not a cat. You don't have a cat.
He's making the bread. He's kneading because they go.
Yes, thank you.
I've seen enough cat videos.
Literally, the dough. Literally doing that
I
on
see.
dough.
This is incredible. But examples for how you can bring your crazy ideas to life. Honestly, if I saw this on Instagram, I'd watch it for like at least an hour and share it with everyone I knew.
I just want to be quiet and watch him do it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. It's too adorable. Oh my goodness, bro.
Storyboard?
What does that mean?
Uh,
What?
I've never seen this view before. Oh, it's different steps that it's putting into one. So we can add the next step. Rolf, type it up. What does the cat do next? So he's kneading the dough.
Thought I dropped it.
Add some pepper to it. What do you do with dough? I
Do I
don't
have
really
to-
know.
Putting the dough. Putting the dough on a cooking, baking pan and putting it in the oven.
See how well it works.
Let's try something new, guys. Oh, you've been charged $20.
What do you mean you? It's we.
What do you mean? You don't
Oh,
have...
it's 4 different videos that it's making for the storyboard.
Why? Why is it making 4?
I don't know. It's determined that your request needed 4. Now I'm really excited.
That cat was too adorable.
I'm glad you caught this. I've literally never pressed this button before, and I'm excited to see what we can do here.
You caught this. I don't know what the hell storyboard was.
Well, you caught the video, and I was like,
I caught you.
You caught me?
Bro, I need to see it. That thing was crazy.
Super hype. All right, while it works on this, what else do we have? Okay, I ran out of content for today.
Like and subscribe.
But yeah, while we're doing
Another
this, quick
reminder.
recap of ChatGPTs. Like, subscribe if you want any of the GPTs. 4.
Exactly. We're gonna go on lightning fast. Sock, what's 4.0?
4.0 is the guy you go for everyday tasks.
Everyday task.
Good at
What's-
everything, give it anything, it'll give you everything.
Okay, please add 0.5.
If you add 0.5, it gets really odd and emotional. It's trying to replicate being like a comforting human. So if you need to be creative, come up with ideas, maybe bounce an idea off of somebody to tell you if it's like a good idea, it'll usually glaze you and tell you it's a good idea. But sometimes you can tell it to be mean.
This is fantastic. It's the worst idea ever. Sock, I'm a small person. Mini.
Well, if you need an 04 mini, that's where you go for the fastest, most technical tasks. You need a quick answer to a math problem? Run that stuff. You need to look at an entire research paper and give you a summary in one paragraph? Go to the 04 mini.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now I'm a mini person that's a little taller than average from all the mini persons.
Well, if you want to be an 04 mini while you're high,
Okay, that's a good one too.
this one will give you this one's great for detailed technical tasks. So it's the same idea, good for math, good for research papers, but it'll go into more detail. It'll take like a couple seconds longer instead of being 1 second for the 04 mini. The 04 mini high will take like 5. I'm sorry, I know it's a lot.
Are we out? I don't know.
We have 2 more, but they're
Sock, what about all 3?
If you go back to the 03, that's how you get into the most complicated problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably never going to need this in your life, but if you really need someone to analyze a research report in full detail, give you an essay about it, or like to look into every problem that's ever seen in the market while you're like trying to buy stocks, 03's got your back.
But Sock, I need something more crazy.
More crazy.
What about 01 Pro Mode?
If you need the 01 Pro Mode, brother, that's how you know you're getting into the big boy leagues. That's going to need the $200 a month version, and that's what gives you the most complicated, complex reasoning ChatGPT's ever come up with. OpenAI, more like Open Mindstorm. This will write a whole research report for you. If your life depends on this answer, you better be going to the 01 mode.
All right. And you can use our promo code.
Dude,
Sorry.
could you imagine?
Yeah.
Promo
But
code
you know
with
what's a better promo
OpenAI?
code? If
What?
we had a promo code for ChatGPT 01 Pro Mode, but it made it more expensive.
What is it called? A broker fee?
Yeah. Just use our promo code and it'll be 25% more than the retail price. This
Let's
is
see our
amazing.
storyboard. What?
Where do you... I killed him.
What happens to our little guy?
He turns into the pan.
The guy grabbed him. It was all a figment of our
He
imagination.
turn-
Okay,
This is insane.
let's see another attempt at it. He's kneading the dough. He drops into his
He
hat and
becomes the
more
dough. He becomes the dough. Confirmed the bread is made out of
Yep,
cats.
you're eating cat. So everyone should be gluten free.
Let's see the third one.
Third one. Got the need.
Bam.
Where did
He's
he even go?
a napkin? I don't know.
He got rolled up by this dude in the back. Why
Bro.
did the dude in the back always come back to grab him?
Yeah, bro. David Blaine ain't got nothing on thing Thomas here in the
final
back.
cat.
That's
What did he do for the final one?
Look. he
What?
turned into a tray, bro. My problem I need to work on.
Interesting. I gotta see this again. Oh, the guy's hand comes and uses him as a little pan thingy.
Yeah.
The pizza.
But also the dough disappears.
it gets flattened.
No, it just look at the dough. Meow.
Hey, That's what you get when you don't give it directions. Remember the prompting techniques we taught you.
Rewatch the video as many times as you need. Never go back to it. Watch it fully and then restart it if you want to go back to the first
It's
one.
all about the time you spend watching the entire video. Also, like, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you have any more requests, if anything was confusing, hit us up. We got you. And check out this video right
This
here.
was a
is
real.
fire.
I watched this 14 times.
I actually do. Yeah.